Hello everyone, this is Record of Ragnatalk, the podcast about the manga and anime Record of Ragnarok. And oh my god, has the latest chapter that has come out been arguably one of the most important chapters in Record of Ragnarok history. The next round, shown off in November's issue, has sort of taken a back seat in order to sort of show off, I would say, the more lore behind the scenes of why Ragnarok itself is happening. And to nobody's surprise, it has to do with Siegfried. But something very interesting happens in this chapter. People were speculating that Brunhild didn't really care about humanity. She just wanted to either A, get revenge on the gods, or B, rescue Siegfried. But Loki gives her the ultimatum of, hey, I can save you and Siegfried if you just, give up now. And Brunhild doesn't take it. She doesn't take the opportunity. Meaning that she does want to save humanity. Humanity's survival is not just a side effect of her wanting revenge of the gods. It's something she is actively seeking. And that's something that a lot of people sort of didn't think was the case, and myself included, I didn't think it was the case. And we also learned that Loki has a crazy obsession with Brunhild. He is crushing hard on Brunhild, and even has a doll of her, a mannequin, in which he combs its hair and talks to it. And it was sort of at this point where I realized that this chapter was the first where we see Loki and Brunhild directly communicating for the first time by themselves. This has not happened in the entirety of the series as far as I can remember, ever since Loki was introduced in round 2. And we're going on to round 10. And if that isn't enough, Odin's motivations get shown. Odin starts to sort of have a fight against Buddha, and it's interrupted by Beelzebub of all people. Buddha, rocking a Sherlock Holmes costume, comes in and intimidates, or I wouldn't say intimidates, but he interrogates Odin. And he interrogates Odin about Siegfried as well. So we're really just getting into the whole Siegfried, agenda at this point. We're really going into the Siegfried part. And of course we were introduced to Siegfried a while ago, but we're really going into it now. And Kentoki pops up again, sort of. He's sort of just a chibi version of him, and Buddha talks about him and saying that Kentoki is investigating Siegfried, which is something that happened, I believe, before round 7 began. It was definitely after Buddha's fight. Odin himself is the one that has officially put Sigurd into the deep prison. He has put Sigurd into the prison by his order. And Buddha brings up the fact that, hey, Siegfried is important to you. Why is he important to you? And of course, instead of answering him, Odin is a man of few words, and Odin brings out his spear and starts to fight Buddha. And once Beelzebub sort of breaks up the fight, Beelzebub asks Odin about Odin wanting to bring back the primordial god. And Odin does an evil smile before it moves on to actually getting into sort of the next round. So Odin's agenda is to resurrect the primordial god, and it might tie into Ragnarok. So, is Odin with Brunhild? Somewhat, are they connected in a way that ultimately benefits them both? But if that's the case, then why is Odin so defensive about Sigurd, which is clearly Brunhild's main motivation? But before we get an answer, we finally get the arena reveal, and it is Kyoto, Japan, at the end of the Edo period for Okida Soji. I mean, of course, Okida's going to win. Everyone knows that, but I am so excited for this. I'm so excited for this arena. I'm so excited for this fight. Simply because this arena is probably the best arena since round 4, since London for Jack the Ripper, and man, I can't wait to see what happens. I'm so curious about how all of this ties together with Siegfried and Odin and Brunhild and Loki, and man, this manga's peak.